Afrikaners have a complex identity, a multifaceted melting pot of myriad peoples. Being an Afrikaner means many different things to many different people. Today, I want to examine what being an Afrikaner means in the 21st century and who the Afrikaner is in the modern South Africa. Welcome to the show. Firstly, I want to start things off by stating a fact. Afrikaners are not a monolith. In the 20th century, the Afrikaner identity was weaponized by the National Party of the time, the party that was responsible for the apartheid regime. In weaponizing the Afrikaner identity, the National Party did something that many authoritarian governments around the world do in order to control their people. They tried their best to attach the Afrikaner identity to the political movement of apartheid, something that we see similarly done in Israel today, where the Jewish identity is being attached to the Israeli occupation project, and similarly to how the German national identity was synonymous with Nazi identity. Authoritarian governments love to put their chips into the cultural sphere. To ensure the longevity of their movements, they dig their roots into language, culture, the arts, and in doing this, they tap into people's sense of personal identity, of cultural identity, of linguistic identity, and of racial identity to muster up the fervor and support of different cultural groups in their political projects. As a result, the Afrikaner identity to many has become synonymous with racism, discrimination, with colonialism, with subjugation. All of that is simply not true. The Afrikaner identity is birthed out of a place of the beautiful diversity that is found in the melting pot that we call our country, South Africa. There is no one Afrikaans identity. The language that we use to describe culture and cultural identities is flawed. It's limited. The beauty and diversity of human expression can't be fully encapsulated by the language we use. And so what does Afrikaner really mean? Well, it means whatever the Afrikaner people want it to mean. To me, an Afrikaner is anyone that embodies the Afrikaner spirit. Sure, the Afrikaner identity is tied to the Afrikaans language in a very real and historical and factual way. But being an Afrikaner is more than just speaking Afrikaans. Being a boer is way more than just living on a farm. The roots of Afrikaans are based in diversity, in the melting pot of our country. Afrikaans was formed by different people forming a pidgin language and then later a Creole. If it is formed by the mergings of cultures, why then should we support a cultural movement to make it more monolithic and homogeneous? Should we not be, as modern Afrikaners, embracing the diversity of our country? And in fact, we already are. Look at our rugby team. Look at our university campuses. The modern Afrikaner is a very far cry from the weaponized symbol that the National Party wanted the Afrikaner to be in the 20th century. Today, the Afrikaner could look like this, they could look like this, they could look like this, they could look like this. Today, I wanted to outline 5 things that are central to the Afrikaner identity. The first one, guys, has got to be food. Afrikaners are responsible for some of the most delicious food in the world. Whether it be koeksisters, or pap, or boerewors, or biltong, food is an experience. It is more than just a dish. It's the braai. It's everyone standing around with beers. It's the apron. It's the tongs. It's sitting around with your family. It's bringing your friends over and sharing the food with them. Number 2, language. The Afrikaans language has a fascinating history, a mix of various influences that came together under unlikely circumstances. It is one of the newest languages that is widely spoken on the planet. Words describe exactly what they want to describe when spoken in Afrikaans. The beautiful onomatopoeic qualities that Afrikaans possesses makes it one of the most tangible, tactile languages of any cultural group on the planet. Number 3 and 4, I've decided to put together the history and hardships of the Afrikaner. Afrikaner history is rich, detailed, and complex, and vital to understand if you want to understand the origins of the language, food, its people, and why Afrikaners are the way that they are today. The Afrikaner identity is one that is characterized by its hardship. Afrikaners have endured much since their formation as a cultural group a few hundred years ago. Number 5 is Afrikaner values. Being an Afrikaner means that you are bound by certain values and principles. And primarily there's 3 values or principles that stood out to me. The first one is fortitude. As mentioned before, the Afrikaans people have endured many hardships. These hardships have led to a cultural group that is arguably one of the most enduring cultural groups on the planet. I guarantee one of the reasons that the Springboks are so overpowered is that Afrikaner spirit inside, that desire to fight, to push on no matter what. The second attribute, the Afrikaans are a hospitable people, a welcoming people. If you're allowed into an Afrikaner household, you can expect to be welcomed with warmth, with joy, and with an enormous amount of hospitality. Afrikaners are also a remarkably respectful people that are very proud of their roots. Being in an Afrikaner household means that you listen to your parents, you respect your elders. The last attribute is the special connection Afrikaners seem to have with nature. Many Afrikaners seem to care deeply about conservation and biodiversity, about the future of the natural environment in South Africa. So then this begs the question, what does the modern Afrikaner look like? I think it comes with a certain reverence of the history, an understanding of the language, and an adherence to the social values that Afrikaners stand for. More than that, it also involves fighting against the stigma and the symbolism previously associated with Afrikaner culture, rejecting the weaponization of Afrikanerdom as a political vessel, and embracing it as a way of expressing who we are as South Africans. Culture is this organic, ever-changing way that we communicate who we are as people. We have moved on from seeing the Afrikaner as a symbol of racism, as synonymous with discrimination. Afrikaners don't have to be what the National Party set out to make them be. Us as Afrikaners can be whoever we want. That should be freeing for us. If you have various aspects of the Afrikaner culture that you would like to share, I'd love to hear down in the comments below. Thank you for watching the show. Have a fantastic day. Adios.